TV47, the home of untold stories.
To the head. She said she see.
How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business. Farming. Tasty Wednesday.
It's definitely not going to be easy. Like, not everyone.
How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business. Farming. Tasty Wednesday. Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga,
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The home of untold stories.
Well, health, they say, is wealth, and they don't just say it, it's actually a fact. And as my favorite nutritionist will always remind us, that what it is that you eat today will walk and talk tomorrow. And so it's always very, very important to be careful of what it is that you eat, because then when you eat healthy, the chances are very high that you will not need medicine. That favorite nutritionist is with us this morning, Dr. Rose John, who will be telling us some more on how we get to balanced nutrition and the question of hypertension or high blood pressure. I'd want to believe these are one and the same. And also on this very special edition of Fitness Thursday, fitness is not just about hitting the gym or doing some exercise. Fitness is largely about what it is that you eat. So in relation to the same, we will also be having this very, very important conversation, hypertension and nutrition, or nutrition and hypertension, and how then food comes in handy for us to be able to either manage or to make sure that we do not fall to that category where we'll be diagnosed with hypertension. Dr. Rose John, thank you so much for creating time.
Thank you.
And of course, as always, Rose John will come with lots for us to enjoy. And as we eat, she reminds us that it's important that we reflect on what it is that we are eating. Today, she brings me hot porridge, and so I'll be enjoying this. But beyond enjoying it, there is so much that we are supposed to learn out of it, and the many other foodstuffs that we have on set. So karibu sana daktari. Asante. And we start off by understanding just what hypertension or high blood pressure is.
Yes. Now many people have been suffering with high blood pressure,
yeah,
or hypertension. And when you are diagnosed by a doctor that your pressure is high, most of the people they get shocked, and they start thinking maybe of like fainting, maybe like I will always have headaches, I will always be sick, I will always be on medication. And it's like we get into fear, but that's not true. I always say we are here to learn that most of the diseases are reversible when you fuel the body with the right fuel, because the body is made up of what we eat every day. That's what I say. So when you have high blood pressure, we have a heart within us. The work of the heart is to pump blood within the body to the extremes, you see. So your heart uses pressure to pump the blood. But when it puts more pressure to pump the blood, that is when the blood goes high, or the pressure goes high. Right, yeah. So there are those measurements that we use in the hospital. There is diastolic and systolic.
Okay.
So the one, the doctor will tell you your pressure is 120/80, which is very normal.
Okay.
But when it's above 140, and down is 90, that is when you are told your pressure is getting high. You are pre-hypertension. So there are people who have severe high blood pressure. The body have really strained to work hard, especially the heart. So when the heart is straining to work hard to pump your blood, it means there is a problem. So when it pumps for a long period of time, you still have the side effect. With the blood pressure, we get diabetes. With the blood pressure, we get stroke. With blood pressure, we get kidney failing. With the blood pressure, we get the eyes problem, brain rupture because of pressure. The heart is putting a lot of pressure than how it is supposed to be done.
Right.
So high blood pressure, I say it's a lifestyle disease. You are made of what you eat. So whatever you eat or whatever you do, it is making you every day.
Okay.
So high blood pressure, any type of high blood pressure is a dietary related. So if we can change the diet, we'll be able to reverse the disease. But if we just take medication without changing the lifestyle, we will always live on those medications.
And so going natural would be the best way.
Going natural will be the best way.
Okay.
And knowing the cause. You know, I always say you cannot treat any disease unless you establish the cause of the disease. So we go to the cause, which is lifestyle.
Yeah.
Lifestyle is whereby some people even they don't get enough time to sleep, which triggers high blood pressure. Your heart will work extra because of you are not getting enough rest. Because we need to work as we rest. Work as we rest. So at night, the body is rejuvenating for the next day. When you wake up in the morning, you should be refreshed. But millions of people, when after work, they still go and be on the social media, taking a lot of time there, they don't get enough sleep. So that one will trigger their blood pressure, especially when there is a condition of a poor lifestyle.
Okay.
That is poor eating, you know, the wrong diet. So with high blood pressure, when people come to my clinic, they tell me, Daktari, you know, what I've been told is once you have hypertension, you'll always have it and you'll always take medication, which is not true.
Oh, this can be reversed?
Yeah, it's
because I am
reversible.
told that Nikona pressure, you know, and they accept that,
and they take
always
it
on
like
medicine,
that. They take
and
it
they
like
always
that.
know that nothing can ever change this. And so sometimes they'll run away from things that will give them the pressure, you know, stresses of life and everything. Sometimes they'll say, please msinipatie pressure, please all this and everything. Sometimes they'll tell you, nikikula sukari mingi, pressure inapanda. So there's a way you can reverse this in totality?
There's a way you can reverse.
Okay.
First thing, you need to manage stress. How do I teach my clients to do? How can you manage your stress? One thing, to be spiritual. If you're not spiritual, you will find that most of the things, they will affect you.
All right. Because
inside you are empty. You don't have that hope. You need to connect yourself with God. So you cannot manage stress outside God.
Okay. That's interesting. And I mean, it comes with a lot of relief.
Exactly. It comes with a lot of
nourishment.
So in the morning when you wake up, I am talking to somebody who wants to prevent high blood pressure or who has high blood pressure this morning. So when you wake up in the morning, you need to have like 30 minutes to connect with God, to connect with your Creator.
Okay.
You may listen to gospel songs. You may study your spiritual books. You may have time with your God so that God can lead you during the day. So that one will help you to be able to handle, because you have taken your burdens to your God.
Right.
So your heart will be light and your mind will be light too. Because now you can be able to know that it's not me, but it's somebody else beyond me.
Yeah.
So that is the first thing we do when you have high blood pressure. The second thing is exercise. You need to exercise.
Exercise is very important.
It's very vital.
There's, Fitness Thursday comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you have high blood pressure, you don't need to you start with strenuous exercises. No, because you will have a lot of problems.
Yeah, because then the heartbeat also goes.
Yeah, the heartbeat will go high, and also you'll start having difficulty in breathing.
Yeah.
So when you want to exercise, when you have high blood pressure, you start small.
Mild and light.
Or mild or light. Yes, exactly.
Right.
So you can start with brisk walking. You just walk like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You try to maintain the pace as you walk. Sometimes you can ride your bike. You ride slowly, you don't put more effort in it. But after some time, now the body will get used. Now you can do some strenuous exercises. But now here, remember that when you are doing exercise, the body was just stagnant. That is why you got high blood pressure. Okay. Because when you are not active, when you are not doing anything, you are just seated in the office the whole day. Then in the evening, go and sit in your coach, and then you are just watching, you are on social media every time. So what happens, the body is like rotting from within, because there is no that, what we say, you are not enhancing the circulation of the blood. Because when the blood is circulating, the body is able to remove toxins. Because when you are doing your thing, sometimes you will sweat. And when you are walking, there you trigger the circulation of the system.
Yeah.
So what it happens that you trigger the liver and the kidney, they start working the way they are supposed to work to remove toxins outside. So exercise is vital when you have high blood pressure. Sometimes we don't have places to walk around, so you can just do mild exercises at home, and that you can do your skipping rope.
Yeah.
You can start with the skipping 10 times, 20 times, then after that you can do even 100 times. So that one will help you to lower your blood pressure.
Right.
Another thing that you are supposed to do when you have high blood pressure, when you wake up in the morning, after now doing your spiritual study, after now connecting with God, connecting with nature by doing exercise, now come to what you're supposed to do. The first thing when you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to do what we call detox. Why are you detoxifying the system?
Right.
The cause of high blood pressure is viscosity of the blood. When we talk about viscosity of the blood, your blood is thin like this porridge. Instead of
thin or thick?
Thick, I mean thick.
Yes,
yeah, it's thick like porridge.
Yeah.
Instead of being thin,
it should be thin.
It should be thin, but not extremely thin.
Okay.
No, but it should be thin so that the heart can have time to pump that blood to go to the extreme.
How do you make your blood thin?
So that's where we are coming in. So you see, millions of people, they have what we call stroke. When they get high blood pressure, they get stroke. And some people, because high blood pressure is a silent killer, they don't get the symptoms. They just get stroke at once, where they get thrombosis, where the blood clots in the brain or in any of the blood vessels, the blood clots. The blood is clotting because it is thick. It is thick of toxins. Where does these toxins come from? If you don't realize that, the pressure will never go. You will overwork your heart. When I talk about overworking your heart, it's like you are overworking in the gym. You are overworking. When you overwork, you are not helping now the body. You are destroying your tissues. The soft tissues of your joints, you are destroying them because you are overdoing what you're supposed
to do.
You are supposed to be moderate in all things. So the same thing when your blood is thick like porridge. In medical world, we say viscosity of the blood. So when your blood is thick, there are some people, even when you inject them like this, they cannot bleed.
They can't bleed, yeah.
They can't. Completely they can't because the blood is so thick. So what causes thickness of the blood is what you eat every day. The packaged food, the bottled food, the tinned food, they all cause that problem. So we get to know that whatever you eat or whatever you take every day, it will cause the viscosity of the blood.
I'm almost tempted to ask something on this conversation of the GMO, but I don't know whether this is the right place for us to speak of it. But yes, there's that introduction, or better yet, the lift of the ban. Should we get worried for a moment, according to you as a doctor? Just briefly.
We said you start mildly.
Yes.
Yes. So if you force your system to do what you are not used to do, you are just been dormant.
All right.
You have not been doing anything. That is what has caused your problem.
Right.
Then you won't come today and you skip 100 times at a go.
It can't work.
It can't work.
The same way.
And even if you will do, and even if it will do, you will hurt. The body will hurt, the muscles will hurt, the tissues will hurt, and then you will not do it for long.
Okay.
You will withdraw.
All right, so of course, that is a different conversation altogether. That is not the main focus of the day, but I agree with you. To some extent, too much of something is poisonous, even when it is healthy food. And therefore, you were talking about viscosity. And one would want to ask, in the event that you realize that you have blood viscosity, is there a way then you can go back to the eating aspect and reverse the same to get your blood as light as it should be?
I always talk about detoxification. When you talk about detoxification, when you wake up in the morning, after doing your exercise, now you are thirsty. When you are thirsty, you need to drink something. So the first thing we do, we drink the detox kit. What is the work of the detox kit? The work of the detox kit will go and get toxins, will bind toxins together, and then it will work like a magnet, and then it will remove the toxins outside your system.
This should be done daily? Not really.
Like 3 months.
Okay.
When you have high blood
Non-stop?
pressure, non-stop,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Because you see you have abused the body for a long period of time. So the detox does not only detox, it helps to enhance the tissues, like the kidney, the liver, to balance the body chemistry, to boost your immunity. You know, when you are treating high blood pressure, you're also treating other diseases, like skin condition, like thyroid problems, like like diabetes, so like weight management. Because everything is related with diet and the lifestyle that you live.
What are the components of this detox kit? For instance, that one that you could be having in your clinic. And generally, what could be detox for someone who perhaps is not able to access you?
You see, when we talk about detox, most of the people, they think of supplements. And I always say there's a difference between herbal supplements and herbal medicine. Herbal supplements, they work like what we have on the table.
Okay.
Why do you need to supplement? Because you have a deficiency.
Right.
You see? So when you want to supplement, it means wherever you are not getting nutrients, the phytonutrients that the body needs. So that time, you need to get the supplement to supplement the deficiency.
Okay.
But now when we come to detox, it is 100% natural medicine. Where this natural medicine, they have active compound, where they help, even if the liver is inflamed, it is full of anti-inflammatories. If the kidney is clogged up with toxins, it is able to go and unclog, but the supplements cannot do that.
Okay.
Yes, this natural medicine, they'll be able to go and unclog the liver, the kidney, the blood to the cellular level. They will alkalinize the system. Apart from the food that you are taking, it really helps in alkalinizing the system. But I say, you can start even without the detox kit. You try to do it for just 10 days. You connect yourself spiritually, you do exercise, you take your juices. And that's when we come to these products. You take your juices. What am I supposed to take when I have high blood pressure? What kind of juice?
Right.
We are talking about maybe a day schedule for somebody who has high blood pressure. So you have wake up in the morning, you have prayed, you have done your exercise. Maybe if you have your detox kit with you, you have taken your detox kit. Then after that, now you do your juicing. We have different types of juices that helps in different types of a disease.
Okay.
I say there is no disease which doesn't have a juice to help.
Okay.
Yes, there is no disease
Right.
that doesn't have a juice or a smoothie or vegetable salads to help.
That will help.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything has a connection
Right.
with our daily life or connection with
that
our
we eat.
organs
Yes,
inside our system.
Okay.
They agree. So when you have high blood pressure, we don't take any type of juice. No, no, no.
You have to be specific.
You have to be specific
Okay.
on what you are taking
All right.
so that it can help your heart, it can help your blood vessels, it can help your immunity, and then it can manage your body chemistry to coordinate that it should reverse the condition which is inside the system because it's not normal. Because when you are now taking the drugs, I always give a story.
Right.
I say this. You have a baby in the house, you are doing your co-works in the house. Maybe you are busy with a meeting, maybe you are doing your computer work, maybe office work in the house. Then the baby cries and the baby comes where you are. Then you call the house girl. When you call the house girl to help because there is something you are doing, after some few minutes, the baby keeps quiet.
Okay.
So when the baby keeps quiet, you are done with what you are doing, you are now going to look for the baby. So when you are going to look for the baby, you find that the baby, the eyes are swollen, the baby is choked because the baby has been gargled with some towels in his mouth to keep quiet so that you can do something.
Right.
But your house girl doesn't mind what will happen to the baby.
To the baby.
So the baby did not need the house girl. The baby needed your attention and love.
Okay.
So that the baby could cool down or keep quiet. But now you have forced the baby to keep quiet. When the house girl is forcing the baby to keep quiet, the baby will suffer a lot. The baby will suffer pain, desperation, and the baby will feel he is not loved. The same thing with our high blood pressure. When we are doing medication, we are making our hearts to suffer because that is not the right way. Yes, they are good because they are suppressing the symptom. Even when you come to our place, we work together with your medical doctor to see what type of medication are they giving you so that they can work together with what we are giving you. So Where they are good, they are controlling our symptoms. But for how long will you suffocate your child to keep quiet?
You have to do something.
You have to do something. You have to bring the child close to you. So this is what is happening with millions of people.
Yeah.
We don't want to go to the cause. We want just to take the pills to control the symptom.
Okay.
I don't say the pills are bad. I say they are good. But you're supposed to do something extra to reverse this condition forever.
And this something that is extra is something that is just within you.
Exactly.
And it's in the foods and the natural stuffs that we have around. Daktari, allow us to take a short break. I am eagerly waiting for that moment where we're going to take this oat porridge. It has sugar?
No.
You're a natural person.
It has dates.
It has dates.
And ripe bananas.
And so it will
and
be sweet
green
and
apples.
tasty. Interesting. Just how do you make your own oat porridge? Most of the times you have this, do we call it oat unga?
Yeah, we have oat flour.
You have oat flour.
We have oat flakes.
I have had oat flour in my house for years, baka ikaribika, because now I don't even know how to prepare it. But this one looks like it's appetizing enough. Perhaps this is the day that I get to learn something new. And next time I have oat flour in my house, then it's not going to get spoiled.
Sure.
So we take a short break and then we come back to understand some more on hypertension in relation to what it is that we eat as food.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories. How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
Waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga.
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
Waimbaji, kuna comedians, alafu kuna wajinga.
and music bands every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. How well do you know what's happening around you? Morning Cafe with heated political debates. Baraza la Siasa.
Hiyo kitu azungumzie, angalie hali ya maisha ya watu.
Informative health discussions. Business, farming. Tasty Wednesday, Fitness Thursday, and Feel Good Friday with amazing DJs, celebs,
Waimbaji,
balance on the nutrition and the foods that you eat, on your lifestyle, and that one, in terms of dealing with hypertension. And so these are the fruits that we're having on set this morning, as well as the veggies, and we'll be getting to understand some more of how you get to make sure that you handle your condition pretty well. Daktari says that there's always a juice that will deal with every condition.
Sure.
And so today we'll get to learn just what is this juice and what is this food that would help you manage hypertension, and not just manage, but to make sure that you reverse it in totality. Many of us, millions of us, are struggling and suffering out of these cases of hypertension, high blood pressure. The saddest bit is that back then it used to be looked at as ugonjwa ya wazee, but as time goes by, it knows not age. Even the young ones will tell you that wako na pressure na sijui nini. Then you ask yourself, just what is left of the society if everybody?
I have treated as young as 4 years.
As young as 4 years?
Yeah.
Pressure?
Yes, high blood pressure.
That
As
does
young as
not
4
ring.
years.
right. That does not sit right. That does not make sense. As young as 4 years.
Yes, as young as 4 years.
And maybe, Dr. we should have started by understanding just what are some of the causes, like outright, causes that would get someone as young as 4 years getting hypertension.
The cause is the diet.
It's just the diet.
It's just the diet.
And so if you do not feed your child right, that's it.
I always tell you, diseases doesn't run in the family, but diet does.
Yes. And so when you get it right in terms of diet,
exactly,
then
you break that
barrier and that thing that it's genetical.
It's genetical.
Yeah.
It's diet which you are inheriting from your parents.
Okay.
Not the disease.
The disease.
Because when you change your lifestyle, that thing will go completely in your system.
Yes.
So with the kids, it's the diet. What has this person been taking when she was conceiving or when she was carrying the baby?
Okay.
Yes.
And then even after, what is this?
Then after, what?
Being fed?
Exactly.
Yes.
So that one causes all these problems that millions of people have. Most of the diseases, we say 96% of diseases is caused by nutrition problem or dietary problem. So because the body is made up of what you eat. After long-term abuse of the system, the body shows up the symptoms. I always say, let your food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. And if the diet is wrong, medicine is of no use.
Yeah.
That is why we are using medicine every time. It's not working. We are not getting the results.
Yeah.
Why? Because the diet is wrong. When the diet is right, you don't need the medication again.
Absolutely.
We don't keep putting these people on medication. We give them a period of 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
It depends with the person also. How much toxinated are you? How much clogged are your liver, kidney, blood, spleen, pancreas with toxins?
Yeah.
That is causing this viscosity of the blood. Some people, you find that since they were born, they don't know anything like eating vegetable frequently or eating plant-based diet. They know of eating animal-based diet. And this food clogs the system like, I don't know. And then it acidifies the system. When the blood is so acidic, you get high blood pressure.
Wow.
Automatically.
But Dr. says, comes with hope that, you can reverse the same. And we speak of the extra mile that you need to go to make sure that you reverse this. She speaks of what you're supposed to do on a daily basis. If you have to see a reversal of the same, begin with, having that spiritual nourishment, which is very, very helpful and would allow you not have stresses of life, or at least aid the pressures that come with stresses of life. Definitely, she speaks of detoxifying very early in the morning, your water, and having your detox kit, very, very important. And having juices and foods that then will be very helpful for this very condition. Dr. as we continue, a typical day for a person who's been diagnosed with hypertension and high blood pressure, first of all on the aspect of managing to the point of making a reverse.
Okay, we started by saying you need spiritual connection, exercise. Now you are in juices, detox, then juicing now.
Yeah.
I say, don't come for my detox kit. Start with the juicing for 10 days, religiously for 10 days. Definitely you will see changes. You definitely have to see changes.
Wow.
So what about when you add the detox kit to remove toxins from the cellular level, to remove accumulation of mucus? There are people who have toxins or what we say metabolic acidosis for many years in their colon. It has been clogged in their colon. So it is just decomposing and fermenting and putrefying. Then this waste is being absorbed in the blood through the intestines. So when it gets in the blood, that is what causes viscosity of the blood. So you have woke up in the morning, you want to do your juice, and you have high blood pressure. What type of juice are you doing? Now here we are. You can do the celery juice.
Yes.
But I always use the stalks.
Instead of the
leaves.
Okay.
Okay. I don't like the smell of the leaves.
Of the leaves.
But more of phytonutrients are concentrated in the stalk. Yes.
Okay.
So we take the stalk. How do you do it? You remove the stalks like this.
Okay.
This is what you talk. When I talk about the stalks, some people ask me what are the celery stalks. This is celery stalk.
Okay.
So you juice this like 8 to 10 stalks every day. 8 to 10 stalks. Then you can mix with cucumber. Like 1 cucumber. I'm talking about now breakfast.
Okay.
Juice for breakfast. Celery stalks. If you don't have anything else, just use celery stalks.
That will be good enough.
It will still work.
High blood pressure.
Exactly, for high blood pressure. Then if you have If you can get access of cucumber, you
Even
can
better.
add 1 cucumber.
Okay.
Then you can add 3 green apples.
Yeah, so we're going green hugely.
Exactly, we are going
Okay,
green. We
okay.
need more green.
Right.
Because more green helps the body to sense toxins.
Okay.
So it helps them to remove them out of the system. And more green is high in calcium, phosphorus, what the body needs. So you need to add more. You don't need to do more than 3 green apples. We do green apples more than red apples when we are juicing.
Okay.
Because of this, red apple is concentrated. It has a lot of concentrated sugar, but this one is mild.
Okay.
So it will be friendly to somebody who has diabetes and the same time with high blood pressure. If you have just high blood pressure, you can use the green apples and also or the red
ones,
apples.
yes.
So you do 3 with 8 stalk of celery with 1 cucumber.
All right.
That is one type of juice. You can also do beetroot with cucumber. You can do beetroot with
Celery.
Yes. Beetroot is very, very effective in lowering high blood pressure.
Okay.
Very effective in lowering high blood pressure, especially with those people who do sports every day, who go to gym. They need to substitute celery when they are doing their juicing.
Okay.
It will really help because it has some nitrates that helps the system.
The beetroot.
The beetroot now. So you cannot do beetroot plain. Beetroot is so much concentrated and sometimes it will force you to vomit. So try to dilute beetroot as much as possible. So if this medium size, you cannot put it in 1 glass. You have to slice it into 2.
Okay.
So that it cannot be that concentrated. You start feeling vomiting.
Okay.
Or some people when they go to the toilet, they see that
The red
color of beetroot. They think that now they are bleeding.
Okay.
No, it is the color of the beetroot.
Okay.
Another thing, you can do
Garlic
beetroot,
and garlic.
like 10 pieces of garlic,
10.
eggs, and watermelon.
Okay.
You make the juice. If you don't like the smell of
The
garlic,
smell, that's the fear.
Yes,
And you know you're going to the office.
Yes, we add what we call parsley.
Oh.
Or you can chew parsley later.
Okay.
Or you can make parsley juice, extract and take. It will remove that odor of garlic.
Okay.
It is that strong.
Okay.
So if you are fearing about the smell, you can control
parsley
it
should
like
solve that.
So whatever we have here, it helps you to it sensitizes the body.
It's the juicing.
To reverse. Yes,
Okay.
just juicing. Or if you don't have a juicer, you can still do a blender. You can add some water and blend. Or you can add coconut water. It's something we call ash gourd. Even if you don't have anything else, you can still drink coconut water in the morning.
Oh, nice.
It will help you to reverse the high blood pressure.
Okay.
So after that, now we come to diet. What are you supposed to eat for breakfast? After you have done your juice, now you want to take your breakfast. You take a different type of fruit. You can take 1 type of fruit or 3 types of fruits at a go, at 1 plate. So, and then you can drink now your porridge.
All right. Now, this is at the point where we...
Yeah, now
I've been waiting so much. So,
Yes, you can do your fruits and your porridge.
Oh, this is tasty, yeah?
Yes.
So it's the banana that brings in the sugar, natural sugar.
Dates, and apple, the green apple.
So these ones you incorporate while you're cooking?
No,
or,
you start with cooking the oats.
Oats, yeah.
You blend your oats because sometimes we get the oat flakes, we don't get the oat flour. So you blend your oats. Then after blending your oats, you can.
Oh, you need to blend. Now I get the point.
Yes. After blending the oats, you can blend oats with water. You can blend your oats with coconut milk.
Yeah.
You can blend your oats with almond milk. You even have almond.
So this is now to the like you put it right inside the blender, not even the grinder.
You start with water.
Okay.
Then you put your oats.
Okay.
You start with your milk.
Do you need to soak
plant-based milk?
Plant-based milk.
Me, I'm not talking here about
almond
milk.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about animal products. I'm talking about going plant-based if you want to reverse.
So this is
high blood pressure.
Milk, yes.
If you want to reverse diabetes, if you want to reverse gastritis, hyperacidity, constipation, arthritis, the key is to go plant-based.
But there are instances where you require some bit of animal products.
There is a time
for a protein.
But you see, first you give your time the body time to heal.
To heal, yes.
To reverse the problem. Then after that, you can incorporate in things like yogurt.
Be careful, Mr. Director.
You can incorporate in things like yogurt. You can do maybe free-range eggs. You can do fish.
Yeah.
And you see, the problem is when you're doing fish, people, they do like 2 to 3 fish. That's a lot.
A lot.
Exactly.
Like my director is laughing sarcastically, and I can almost guess that's what he does.
Then
moderation.
If it is chicken, it's a piece of chicken. It's not a quarter chicken at a go. That's a lot for the body. And when it will get to the system, it will rot, it will acidify, it will thicken your blood. And that is where you'll get high blood pressure.
Right.
So be temperate in all things. Another thing you can do is turkey. Turkey is white meat.
Yeah.
You can do just a piece. But now, most of the time, I'm a plant-based vegan.
Okay.
Plant-based vegan means most of the time I'm on raw food.
Yeah.
I'm doing raw food.
Okay.
Raw food is the best medicine in the world to reverse any kind of a disease. When I talk about raw food, is more of vegetables, because vegetables, they have a lot of water.
Okay.
Because the more you do dry food
Yeah.
Incorporates of grains, more of grains, more of legumes. Those are dry food. And most of the time, millions of people, they do dry food more than food which is full of water.
Yeah.
Because vegetables, they have water. Fruits like watermelon is full of water.
Yes.
Cucumber is 99% water.
Water, yeah.
You see, you need to incorporate in your diet every day food that has water.
Okay.
Why? It helps the system to eliminate out toxins. So when you're doing dry food, for example, you have woken up in the morning, you are doing chapati plus tea. You are doing mandazi plus tea. That is dry food at the end of the day.
Right.
Because tea is acid forming food. It's not friendly when you have hypertension. That's why I say when you wake up in the morning, you do juice, you do detox.
Okay.
I don't say tea. When you come to my place, you don't do tea at all. Yes. And those people have come to my place with high blood pressure and diabetes. We have reversed.
Even green tea.
You can do green tea.
Green tea is fair enough.
Green tea is
fair
fine
enough,
because
yeah.
it has medicinal value in it. You can do hibiscus.
Yeah.
You can do fennel, chamomile. We can do what we call oregano. You can do nutmeg. Those are herbal teas. They will help you to manage your system.
But the best then would
or
be
to
the juices.
enhance the healing of your system.
Yeah.
So the thing is, continue taking food that has water. That is what we say. More of, when you are taking a food, 80% should have water. 80% of food that you are taking. When I say water, I mean vegetables, fruits. We have things like sprouting. You sprout your seeds and nuts, because when you sprout your seeds, they get more nutritional than when you eat them dry. They help you a lot than you eat them dry.
Right.
So every time you eat, now we are taking lunch. We have done with breakfast. You have taken your porridge. Oat porridge, you mix it with water. If you don't have the milk sometimes is expensive.
Yeah.
You can still do water. Then blend the juice, the green juice,
yes.
apple juice, 3 of them. It depends with the amount of porridge you are making. This porridge, I made 1 cup of oats. Yes.
Okay.
And 1 cup of oats
would give you a thermos, like a full thermos. How many?
7 cups.
Liters? 7 cups.
It will give you 7 to 8
a lot.
cups.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, you
Yes.
know. And that one I use the 3 apples.
Okay.
Then I do 20 dates.
Okay.
If somebody is diabetic and has high blood pressure, you don't put a lot of dates. You can put 5 to 10.
Okay.
And you use green apples, like 3 of them. That is enough to sweeten your
porridge.
Your porridge.
But
if you don't have high diabetes, you can mix everything. You can mix dates, apples, and also you can do ripe bananas.
And that's a very important point, because someone sent a message and said, what about for pregnant women? And I'm assuming, aside from the pregnant women, other conditions, because there are people who really have other conditions, and sometimes you're told you're even extremely big. And there are instances where nutritionists will recommend do a lot of oats, like you say, roughages that will help you lose on weight. So how do you create that balance?
You see, Linda, if you do 3 cups of these oats every day, you will gain weight.
Yes.
Definitely.
So you have to do just
you have to be more than a cup in a day.
It's fine.
It's fine. You are good to go. And it keeps you long before you feel the hunger pangs.
Okay.
Because of the fiber in it. Then because of bananas, because of dates. When our brothers, Muslims, they are fasting, they do a lot of dates because it keeps them going. It gives them energy to keep going.
Okay.
So the same thing, we are putting dates and ripe bananas in your porridge.
For energy purposes.
For energy purposes.
Okay.
So that you cannot feel the hunger pangs. Because most of the people, they have forced hunger. And when they feel forced hunger,
they eat.
Forced hunger, I mean, you don't have food in the stomach, but you have food in the intestines. So when the food goes to the intestine, you feel the hunger pangs. So you want to satisfy that urge. And the more you are satisfying that urge, you are putting more food that the body doesn't need.
Okay.
So what happens? That food is concentrated in your colon and it is concentrated in your blood.
Yeah.
And that is what causes viscosity of the blood.
Okay.
We need to minimize intake of food as much as possible, especially we who are above 40 years.
Okay.
I say if you're above 40 years, try to eat 1 cooked meal in a day. And you'll never get high blood pressure. You'll never get cancer. You'll never get diabetes. You'll never get gastritis problem. You can imagine somebody eating 4 to 5 meals in a day and you're over 60. That is too much of the body. That is too much of the food, and it is making you look more old.
Okay.
More cooked food makes you look more old. More raw food makes it look more young.
Okay. Well, that's amazing. Some secrets right there.
Because the raw food, it has life in it. It is not cooked. When you subject most of the vegetables and fruits, when you cook them, you kill the nutrients, what the cells needs. So we need to do more raw. Even the young people, they need to do more raw to reverse their age, to look young. Yesterday, I saw someone and then I asked her, how old are you? She said she was 23 and she was looking 53.
Ouch. I hope she's not watching this. Now she'll say, Daktari.
We talked about it yesterday. I told her I'll go and discuss about it.
Yes.
Why? When you get to know about her lifestyle, that person is always eating deep fried foods. You are always on deep fried food. Deep fried foods are dry food. And we said from the beginning, you need more watery food. So even if you are not drinking water, and you are drinking juice, you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Because 98% of juice is water. You get? But you still need to drink plain water. It's essential for your health. It will make you to sweat. Most of the people, they don't sweat. Why? Because the skin is clogged up with toxins.
Right.
I have met people who have taken them to steam bath. For a whole hour, they cannot sweat. Because the skin is clogged.
That is wrong.
It's very wrong.
Let me tell you, Daktari, this is about me. And this I get to experience on Thursdays when I hit the gym for Fitness Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I think it's makeup. Maybe sometimes I've gone to the gym with makeup. It takes forever for me to sweat. Are you telling me I have a problem?
Yes, you have a problem because of this. I talk about makeups every time.
Yeah.
When you apply makeups, they clog your pores. And that is where you're supposed to sweat. So you have been doing makeups for many years. What will happen? Even if you hit gym for 2 hours, you won't sweat.
Nothing.
You see, as you are talking, me, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Because I don't put makeup.
I'm all dry, my people. Okay.
Because my pores are open, so I'm sweating. So the thing is, when we do makeups, they get even absorbed into our blood. And there are some makeups which causes breast cancer. And some people are like...
You see, it's because it's duty. Don't look at me like that, Roshte. I just have to wear makeup every time I'm on set. My friends, what are you telling me? But yeah,
but it's
some hard truth.
When you go to the house, you remove the makeups.
That's true.
And then you steam your face.
Steam.
Yes. That will also help to remove the makeups from the pores.
Yeah,
exactly.
And clog the pores.
And it will prolong the effects.
Can we drop that one? Because now I'll start feeling bad. Let's get back to this because time also is moving very fast. We only have 10 minutes for us to get to the bottom of this. Yes.
Now we come, maybe you are taking your lunch.
Right.
When you're taking your lunch, make sure 80% is vegetables. And maybe now the dry food. Well, I teach people how to make chapati in my TikTok.
Yeah.
You make chapatis with vegetables. Don't do 100% brown flour. People say, I eat healthy, but they eat 100% brown. Okay. You need to mix your brown flour, 50% brown, 50% vegetables.
Oh.
So you blend the celery, you can blend the cucumber, you can blend the beetroot together with your flour. You first blend, then you start kneading with the flour.
Right.
And that one will give
takes the place of water.
Takes the place of water.
Yeah.
And also it is nutritional now because you have added value to your chapati.
Yes. Which we rarely do. And that's a beautiful thing to learn. Yes?
Exactly. Sometimes you can also use oats to make chapati. You can mix your flour with oat flour. You can mix your flour with pumpkin. Most of the people, they do that.
And these chapatis will still be as soft as they should be?
It depends. If you are learning, it won't be.
You
won't get the results what you expected.
Yes.
But you continue making them, you'll get the results.
All right.
Yes.
So lunch hour.
So that's lunch hour. You can do your chapati with vegetables, steamed vegetables, not overcooked vegetables. Steamed few minutes in your pot. But if you overcook your vegetables, you have killed what is supposed to help you. Yeah. And you'll get clogged up, you get constipation because of eating brown vegetables instead of green vegetables. Instead of eating purple vegetables, you are eating brown vegetables. Everything is brown because of overcooking. That one will clog your colon. Another thing, you can eat githeri with your vegetables. You can eat your ugali with vegetables. Make sure your ugali is small, but the vegetables are a lot. We say 20%, 80%. That is when you are sick. But if you're not sick, you're just managing your preventive measures.
Yes.
You can do 60 raw, 40 cooked.
Okay.
You can do that.
All right, that's amazing. So what is applicable
in the dinner,
lunch hour then goes to dinner?
Yeah, when you go to dinner,
dinner
we do only steamed vegetables.
Okay.
Or you do smoothie. A cup of smoothie, that's 500 ml, a cup of smoothie. Or you do vegetable salads, lettuce, cucumber, beetroot, carrots, bok choy, spinach, and then you make what we call vegetable dressing.
Right.
If you don't do vegetable dressing, you won't like your vegetables. So I think dressing is for another time. They need to know how to dress their vegetables so that it can be palatable, yummy and sweet.
And I hope to have you that other time that you speak of. But even before that, I think it will be important for them to hit your TikTok. Like you say, you have a TikTok page that you teach people some of these things. I know I keep saying this is my favorite segment because it's at this point that you learn things that perhaps you do not know, you are not aware of. And it's good to constantly, listen to the nutritionist, because you can be religious for 1 week, the next week you have forgotten the whole thing. But when you keep listening to them, then you get to understand some more. And so this would guarantee us a reverse on the troubles that come with high blood pressure, hypertension.
If they follow what I've said religiously from morning to evening for 10 days, the pressure will come down.
You get the difference.
You get the difference. But now you still feel fatigue. Maybe you don't get enough sleep. You have insomnia because there is toxins in the blood. So that is why we talk about detoxifying the system. Detoxifying is not cleansing the colon. Those are two different things. Detoxifying the system is cleansing the liver, the kidney, the blood to the cellular level. Colon cleansing is cleansing the gut, the gastrointestinal tract from here to the back. That is what we call colon cleansing.
Okay.
It is two different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
All right, so how do they get a hold of you so that they can get more advice, perhaps get the detox kit before they get their juices right, and more advice on how they can also make their juices?
Okay, I have a Facebook page, Adam's Natural Health Center. I also have a cell phone number, 723-390-411. On TikTok, Rose Monyinyi 6. That's I have also a YouTube channel by Dr. Rose John.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Go there. Get the tips. It's very, very important. I can only give you much because also our time is limited. But we are grateful, first of all, for the oat porridge. That is really amazing. Today I've learned something new about how we can prepare your oat porridge, and as well the importance and the difference of juices.
And the oat porridge is good for the baby who want to increase weight.
Yes. Yeah,
this is very, very effective in increasing the baby's weight.
But also those ones that are a little bit, with underweight, they should not do much of the roughages, I'm told.
No.
They could, but don't overdo it.
Those people who are underweight, the best porridge to take is oat porridge.
Oh.
Yes.
Why?
They will add...
Underweight? No. I'm talking about if...
Overweight.
Yes.
If you are overweight, you become moderate. You take 1 cup in a day or 2 if you take more. Yeah.
But I'm told when you're underweight again, if you do a lot of roughages, then it's like they stimulate the activities of the body. And
it's because of fiber.
It's because of fiber,
you'll have frequent bowel movements.
Yes.
Exactly.
And so that also can be...
So you do less of watery food, more of dry food.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Rose John. We're looking forward to have you some more, and we are also grateful for the great lessons that we've picked. Before I go, parting shots, our take home.
Let your food be your medicine. Let your medicine be your food. What you eat today, it will walk and talk tomorrow.
Well, I always take that. And the irony of it all is that when Dr. is here, I'm trying to get a hold of this melon so that once we're done with the show, it is me who's going to eat it, because I can tell you that Noshte is watching eagerly and waiting, and as well anxiously, because everybody loves their food. It's just that we get lazy to get out there and buy. But what's important is that I hope you've picked the lesson, which is very, very important. Daktari, thank you so much for the porridge. As we come to a close, kindly get a hold of Daktari for more of this advice on the question of nutrition. It was about hypertension alongside with nutrition and how you can manage it naturally, right? Asante sana. I get to see you again tomorrow. It's always a pleasure doing this. Thank you so much for keeping